Distance, man, is the most important in fighting. Always.
Anderson Silva had it also.
Great distance.
Great distance.
Yeah. So eyes on your opponent and the distance. That's it. They're either too far away or they're too close. It's very hard to fight at the just outside the range of your opponent. So you only have to move back like half an inch, and then right away you can counter again. If you can find that, that's the thing. That's most of the time, that happens with fighters. When I start a fight, you will see my hands are low. And I do this on purpose because I want him to hit my head. And then every time I let him miss, but every time when I move backwards, I let him come a little closer, and I'm just getting used to his reach, and suddenly I'm like half an inch out. Now I found his reach. That's a really nice way, easy way to figure out somebody's reach. You don't want to figure out if you fight a guy like John Jones with 86 reach. If you didn't spar with somebody with a long reach, he'll knock you out with the first punch. I mean, the difference is insane. I mean, he can literally from this distance. But we're sitting right now, he can probably hit you. He can knock you out. Now, if you're used to my reach, and then suddenly have that, that's a big problem. So let him throw some shots. Figure out the reach, and then figure out what you're going to do with it. It's a game.
It's weird how people at home watch fighting, especially now with the explosion of MMA, and it's got so many different avenues. How these guys make it look easy. And even boxing.
And they all think they can do it. Yeah.
And they all think they can do it. And it's so weird how I go to lunchtime jiu-jitsu, but at least once a month, the daytime guys are talking about the night before, how a guy came in, said he never did jiu-jitsu before, and he armbarred a purple belt.
Yeah.
Because during like drills, armbar a purple belt. He goes, I thought he never did jiu-jitsu before. Oh no, I learned how to do it on YouTube. It's
well, I learned watching videos and books. That's how I learned with a buddy of mine. And then finally, after a year fighting in Japan, I had no sparring partners. I was training on a bag. And then I found one guy. And then, after my last loss, I said, I'm going to have to change this. I'm going to need to know the ground game. Otherwise, I'll never be anybody with this. And then I started training, and I never lost a fight anymore. But I took it to the next level. It's again, you want something, well, you're going to have to do it a lot. And once you start training 2 times a day or 3 times a day, every day, and being busy with it in your mind and writing down all these crazy combinations you come up with, everybody can do it. It's just finding the love for it. I still can't believe that you have fighters out there, which they will tell you before you fight them. You know that if you get them on the ground, you probably can submit it, right? I go, this guy should be disgusted with himself. Can you imagine you're that guy? Or, if you hit him to the body, he'll probably go down. He already went down 5 times to the body. 5 times? That will not happen with me after 3 times, I guarantee you that. I'll get so angry. 1 time, 2 times maybe, but 3rd time I don't want that to happen. It's not going to happen. That's my goal. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that's not going to happen. And by the way, I'm going to counter that. Now please come for it. I'm going to find every counter, everything that I can do with that special body shot. But if I don't fix it, why are you fighting? It makes no sense. If you don't want to get better, but he armbarred him again. Well, he's a dumbass. Learn the game. It's mixed martial arts, guys. That was in the early days. You have these strikers, but if you had them on the ground, boom, you won. And then and vice versa, of course.
You know why I got so much better at comedy? MMA.
Oh, yeah?
I can't say MMA. I say UFC. I'll tell you why. Because I was just becoming acquainted with it. And I'd put on the countdown, or I'd watch the fights, and they'd talk about who was coming up next. And they'd go back to the backyard, and they'd show them doing all this shit. And all of a sudden I go, all right. In my mind, I go, I'll bet on that guy. And I'd always lose by myself. I'd always get my ass kicked in the early UFCs, What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, because you look at bodies. You look at the person, how they look.
Yeah.
If you look at a guy who's jolted up full with roids, as a normal person, you're going to think, oh, he's going to win. And we were talking also about the people at home, how they think they can fight because they see it on TV.
They see that.
It is the funniest thing ever. Last time I got in, somebody said, oh, I got a new opponent for CM Punk, and he showed me a fight from a guy who was very wild. And I go, like, how many fights did you have? This guy's actually fighting. How many fights did you have for posting that video? I mean, to me, that guy who's in there deserves a lot of respect. Winning, losing, I don't care. They're doing what they want to do. You're not doing it, but you're talking about it because you think you can beat them. These guys can't do anything. It's a shame. It's so easy. But by a boss, if I hit him in the head, his body opens up and you can go for the body, right? Yeah, why is nobody doing it? I said, why don't you fight? Why don't you try that out one time? I had a student, and he was 38 when he started. And he was a bodybuilder, or no, powerlifter, 250 pounds. And the first day I told him, I said, it's got to go all. He says, what? I said, at least 40 pounds of muscle need to go. Because this is going to hold you back. And he's 205, fights at 205 right now. He's now 44, had already like 12 matches, won 9. So he's doing good. Never had aspirations to become a champion. He said, before I get old, I want to try it. I want to know how it feels to step in there. So he did it.
It's full MMA?
Full MMA.
God bless him, dog.
Well, you know what he said in the beginning? He said, Bas, okay, so if I'm on the ground, right, and side mount, I can knee his thighs, right? I say, yeah, why is nobody doing it? I said, I don't know, maybe because they're dumb, because it's super effective. Okay, yeah, okay. I said, but you know what? Just wait till your first fight. Then he comes back a week later. Hey, standing, I can do that too, right? Knees to the thighs. What if they do really freaking hard? I say, yeah, that's how they should do it, but they don't. Yeah, that's why it's not effective. I say, but just wait till you have your first fight. And then he comes with another technique. And as I would say every time, I would say, wait till you have your first fight. Then his first fight came, right? And this guy is like, all technique is gone. And the one combination that we worked on so many times, was a right hook to the body. Keep looking down to the body like he thinks it's another body shot. Then you hit him in the head. That one thing came back, and he knocked the guy out like that. But for the rest, it was a horrible fight. So after the fight, he said, what did you think? I said, where were the knees to the thighs? In the standing position and on the ground. And where was that other crazy move? And he looks at me with a blank stare and he goes, yeah, now I know exactly what you mean. It's a different thing, Being a good gym fighter doesn't mean anything. You know these guys in the gym, they work circles around the world champions, but once you put them under pressure, they can't do it, You need to once you can control that.
I saw it for years in the comedy game.
Oh yeah.
I saw the switch from a city to Los Angeles. I saw it once or twice a month. What happened to that guy? He cracked at the Improv.
Yeah. We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.